Hey. How you doing?
Now the people online are meditating on the buzz in the room. You know, so let's give everybody out there on the lines the buzz that's in the room. So just keep on talking to each other. Yes. Because this is a way of mastery, and everybody's entering the room.
Yes.
Everybody's entering the room, and tonight is going to be a deep night. It's going to be a deep evening. It's going to be a deep section.
There we go.
Yeah. So you needed to hear that twice.
I did.
Tonight is really, we're going to be hearing some important stuff in the way of mastery. So important. Those of you that are all together, let's feel each other now. The way of mastery, the way of mastery, way of mastery, part 3. The way of mastery, part 3, the way of knowing. The way of knowing. The way of knowing. It's on page 310, page 310 in the way of knowing. The way of knowing, page 310, lesson 26, lesson 26. So I'm going to trust that those of you online will respond if someone comes online and asks where we are, that you would just help me out and you would tell them where we're at.
Yeah, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, let's take a breath and let's breathe on this. Allow yourself to just feel each other and feel this music. Beloved friends, you who have journeyed with me, you've journeyed with me for longer than you care to remember. All of my beloved friends, you're the ones who have journeyed with me for a longer time than you even care to remember. In other words, you don't even care to remember how much time you spent with me. Because we're always on a journey of remembering and forgetting. Remembering and forgetting. That's the journey we're on. We are on a journey where you remember and then you forget. And then you remember and then you forget. This is the journey of remembering and forgetting. And that's what makes it your journey. The way you know it's your journey is because you know on this journey that you've been on, you've been remembering and forgetting. So you are on the remembering and forgetting path. So your job is to forget the truth and remember the truth. And then forget the truth and then remember the truth. To forget love and then remember love. You forget peace and then you remember peace. You forget wealth and then you remember wealth. You're on a journey of souls you are a group of souls who find your way back to self-realization in God by forgetting and remembering. That's what makes it your journey. So every now and then you get a little taste of God, you get a little taste of the truth. You know, all of a sudden you think it kind of makes sense to you. And then after you get that little taste of God, then you start telling the world that's what you want. You start telling yourself again what you want from the world right away. And then you decide to forget the truth and the little taste of God so that you can experience the sweetness of seeking. You enjoy the sweetness of seeking. You love seeking sweetness. You just love, this book is saying, you just love to seek. You think seeking is so sweet. So the Course in Miracles says, you forget the truth so that you can experience the sweetness of seeking. Now, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have become addicted to being a seeker. You are a seeking addict. You are members of Seeking Anonymous. You are addicted to seeking. To seek, now this is the problem with being a seeker. In order to continue to seek, you have to push away what's always yours and what you really want. Because if you are addicted to being a seeker, then you certainly can't find. So when you are a seeker, you keep pushing away the thing that you want so you can continue to experience the sweetness of seeking. If you are a seeker, you push away the love that you want, you push away the relationships that you want, you push away the thing that you say you want so that you can continue to experience the sweetness of seeking. And you have to push away what you want so that you can continue to embark on the journey of seeking. So, are you ready to embark on another journey of seeking? Because if you are ready to embark on another journey of seeking, you have to be willing to push away everything that you want so that you can continue to have the sweet joy of seeking it.
That's messed up.
Somebody heard me. Somebody heard me. I like that. I like that. You know, one thing about the truth, there is no way you can really hear it and not react. Mm-hmm. So whenever I see people not reacting, I know they haven't heard it. Right. Yeah, and you know, so it's really easy to tell because it's no way a person can hear something that's 180 degrees opposite to everything they believe and really hear it and not react to it. Mm-hmm. So I'll say this again. We've been journeying with each other longer than we even want to remember. That's how sick of each other we are. So long as we can keep on traveling together, we have to forget we know each other to the next time. Because if I knew it was you that I had to forgive, then I probably have a grievance and wouldn't want to be interested in you. So you have to pretend you're somebody else that I'm just meeting for the first time so we can forgive each other.
Yeah.
Because we've been on this journey together for an eternity. And a part of us are just sick of each other. That's why we don't get happy when we see each other. And then as soon as we forget, then we start enjoying each other when we forget to be separated. Mm-hmm. So this is so deep. It says you get a little taste of the truth, you get a little taste of God, you get a little taste of enlightenment, and then all of a sudden you tell yourself that the world is what you want. Mm-hmm. And then right away, you have to forget again the truth that you just remembered in order to have the world again. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, it says the reason why we are forgetting the truth is because we actually enjoy seeking. That we enjoy going after stuff. We enjoy trying to get stuff. We enjoy wanting stuff, seeking stuff, trying to experience stuff, going after it. You know, like when I used to be a man, what was interesting about that was that I used to be addicted to getting what looked like it was unavailable to me. You know, the woman who wasn't interested was the one I was wanting. Because as a man, I want to conquer. I want to get. I want to strive. I want to penetrate. Woo! God, did I waste a lot of time. Jesus.
Exactly.
Because I would have to keep pushing her away in order to keep the sweet joy of seeking her. Because if I actually got her, then the thrill would be gone.
Yeah, we know it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's.
So seekers tend to lose a sense of real satisfaction when they find. So it's like you chase after it, then you get it, and then you don't appreciate it. Because the thrill was in the fact that you couldn't have it, and you can't have it by pushing it away. So if you're seeking wealth, you're pushing your wealth away.
Yes, that's right.
Because you got to keep pushing it away to keep having the experience of seeking it. Because if you find it, there's no more seeking.
Ooh.
So we've got to make a choice tonight about whether or not we want to continue to just be seekers.
No. I don't.
Okay. And then it says, so how do we get into the frame of mind that will allow us to hear what the way our master is saying tonight? The way you would do that is to listen with an open mind. What is an open mind? An open mind is a mind that knows it doesn't know but is willing to be taught. An open mind is a mind that doesn't think it knows everything. So tonight's lesson is called Giving Up the Game of Seeking. Giving Up the Game of Seeking. Page 310, part 3, the way of knowing. Now, I am going to stop and allow us to share. But there's also a message I want to be a channel for coming through. Is that okay?
Please. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Channel 1.
Okay.
So all that from the start was all bullshit.
We're going to forget what I just said as soon as we are ready to seek again. Because we discover something in the world that we want. So that's why, even though we're going to spend 90 minutes together, that may be a possibility you'll forget 99% of everything that you've heard tonight. Because if you didn't forget it, you can't keep seeking for what you want in the world. And you love looking for stuff and trying to get stuff. And what really attracts you to it is it's something you can't have. And it's something that's not available right now. That's what turns us on about it.
Yeah.
So in order for me to keep seeking, I've got to forget my little taste of God. I've got to forget my taste of love. So you had a little taste of love, and now we have to forget it. So we can keep enjoying that sweet yearning out there to find it. Because that's what turns us on. I know she's out there somewhere. I know he's out there. I'm yearning. So it's just told us we were addicted to that sweet yearning. Wow, that's deep, man. That's deep, but I really believe it's true.
Yeah.
I really believe it's true. Okay, and then it says, now, let's talk about finding. Are y'all interested in finding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Finding, when he says finding is the same as resting in knowledge. So at the point you find it, you are certain of it. Because knowledge is certainty. So as soon as you find something, you're resting in knowledge. And it says the same as Christ consciousness and the same as perfect peace. So Christ consciousness is a consciousness of peace. So when it says Christ consciousness, it's talking about a peace consciousness. It's talking about a consciousness of complete fulfillment and satisfaction. So when you find, you have a sense of complete and total satisfaction and fulfillment. So when you find something, you have a complete feeling of total satisfaction and fulfillment. That's Christ consciousness. But in order to find, if you're serious about finding it, you've got to give up the seeking game. That's deep. Because it seems like if I give up the seeking, then I'm going to definitely give up the finding. Because the finding is going to come from my seeking it.
Right, sure.
What the universe is telling us is that actually, if you want to find it, you got to stop seeking it, because if you're not seeking it, you're not pushing it away. So if you really want to have something, you have to stop seeking it. Because when you seek it, you push it away so that you can keep on looking for it. That's deep, isn't it? I know, woo, whoever's hearing me, do y'all hear me, whoever's hearing me? Wow. You know, it's like, and what's so deep is when I realized that my mind can actually understand sanity.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I couldn't understand sanity. And I realized when I read stuff like this and it's so sane and it's so loving, it wasn't that I wasn't capable of understanding it, I just wasn't hearing it. Nobody was saying it to me. Like, that makes perfect sense to me. Right. If I'm going to seek something, then it means I don't have it. And if I want to keep on seeking something, I got to keep pushing it away. So let's say I want love from her, and I want to seek love from her. Then if I want to keep trying to seek love from her, then I've got to push away everything that would keep me from loving her and her from loving me. So we're going to argue. You know, because that's going to be pushing away the love I want to find. So I can keep on trying to get it out of her. So you're going to show me you love me one day. But the truth is, I am pushing the love away so I can keep on trying to get it from you. Because I love to seek. I like to sweet seeking. That's what this S stands for. Seeking. Sweet seeking. That's my rapper name.
Double S, double S.
There it is, MC Sweet Seeker. Hi. Okay. So, what does it take for us to actually find what we're looking for again?
Stop seeking.
Stop seeking. Now, overlook the resistance you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just gonna overlook all the. I know it's a lot going on. I see some people turning purple. So I know some people haven't relaxed their butt in about 20 minutes. You know, it's just so tight. Okay. So finding requires giving up the game of seeking. So such a one who is a finder cannot be known by the minds of the world. So a person who finds is unknown to us. People who constantly find, who are not seekers, are unknown to us. And then it says, such a one who walks in the world, but inwardly is empty. Such a one is merely a conduit through which there are no longer any obstructions to the offering of God's grace. Okay, so when you become a finder, the seekers won't notice you. Social life goes down the hill. Okay, so you better have love within yourself. Love by yourself a lot. Because nobody's looking for you. Nobody even knows you exist. Because you're no longer a seeker. You are a finder. Okay? So, what happens when you become a finder? He says, well, you walk around in the world empty. Because you're not seeking anything. And he says, at that point, you become a conduit. And then at that point, there are no longer any obstructions to the universe's or God's grace coming through you into your world and into your life. So all of a sudden, your life becomes nothing but pure, perfect happiness. Because you're empty, because you're not seeking stuff that you're pushing away, because you are a finder, so that leaves you empty. So then all of a sudden, every beautiful, wonderful thing that you could possibly imagine can start flowing through you, because you are a pure conduit that's not blocking what you want by coming up with the idea that you want to get it. Y'all know I'm not saying nothing I thought of, right?
I don't even remember reading this.
And it's so deep. I read this book about, 8 or 9 years and just not seeing this one paragraph. That's why I'm so patient with you. That's why I'm such a patient teacher. Well, yeah, 35 years I've been seeing this. Oh, right. Oh. I certainly couldn't be upset with you for not jumping on top of it immediately, and it's the first time you've ever heard it. And I've been hearing it for 30 years, and I'm still going, damn! I'm freaked out right now. Totally freaked out. Because it's so simple and so true. Finding requires the giving up of seeking. Well, what is seeking? Pushing away what I want so I can have the sweetness of going after it.
Oh, exhausting.
Just thinking about it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Then it goes on to say, that once that you are a finder, you know you're going to have peace because you're not even going to be known by the seekers.
It's true.
So the seekers are the ones who get upset with people for not fulfilling their script. So they're angry at somebody all the time. They won't even see you. So you will not even be in a world where those fear-based minds are even noticing you, or doing anything to you, or hurting you, or harming you. You know what I'm saying? If you held your breath, you could stand right next to Stevie Wonder. He might not notice you were there. So that means that how could you all hurt each other? You don't even know you're there. So when you become a person that's a finder, that's when you find and you have in the present moment everything that represents love's grace and God's goodness and God's grace. Indeed, beloved friends, I'm doing one more paragraph, then we'll talk about it, because I know it's so important for us to talk about it. That's right. We got to tear this apart. We can't wait to get at it. You know what I'm saying? But. Yes, but. What about? That's okay, seeker. It's okay, seeker. I'm not going to interfere with your desire to seek at all, seeker. So you don't have to defend at all. Just seek your little booty out as long as you want to. That just means you want to continue to have that sweet yearning that you are an addict and you need to get your seeking fix.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
So you're looking out for your latest seeking pusher. The one that stands next to me and say, you ought to be a seeker. And you have because your friends telling you need to be seeking too.
She's up there.
That's right. And the one condition of the person that I want when I'm a seeker, the one condition must be that person is unavailable in some way.
Oh my God.
Because I got to get my fix. I have to experience that sweet seeking. But if I stop seeking, then I'm a finder. And when I become a finder, then I don't, then I'm empty. There's nothing I'm all clogged up with that I'm trying to get. And so the love and the light can flow through me because I'm a conduit out into my world and affect me and everybody else. It's like a fire hose that I'm spraying on all of y'all. It's called the golden shower of God. Oh, that was too tempting. That was just too tempting. Okay. Indeed, beloved friends, many of you have journeyed with me for so long. Many of you have journeyed with me for so long that you have taught yourself the only way to be in relationship with me is to be dependent on me. Some people you travel with so long that you think the only way to be in a relationship with them is for you to be dependent on them and them to be dependent on you. Some people you have been in a relationship with so long that there is a relationship where it looks like you are dependent upon them or they're dependent on you. And he said that's also true in my relationship with Yeshua or Jesus.
Yeah.
And so you can't imagine, and you wouldn't let yourself imagine being my equal. It's like most people want to imagine that they are equal to the spiritual masters, that they're actually equal to the great spiritual masters, including Jesus. Most people don't think they're equal to that. And let me say to you, you would not let yourself imagine letting go of me. There are some relationships that you can't even imagine yourself letting go of those relationships. And I say unto you, stepping into the fullness of love, if you want to step into complete love, if you want to step into the fullness of love, it requires, oh God, okay, letting go of everything you have possessed, even that possession of me. So that would be me saying to you, I want to step into the fullness of love with you, and so I'm going to let go of everything I think I possess, even if that possession is you.
Wow.
I want to have you completely, so the way to have you completely would be for me to let go of everything I possess, including you. So, love requires, finally, that you step through the door into the kingdom, which is reality. See, the premise is, this isn't reality. The premise is, this isn't reality. Because this is an unconditional love that never ends. That the things here are temporary. That's as complex as the Course and the Way of Mastery gets about defining what's real and what's not. It's so simple, everybody miss it. Okay, here we go. This is the test. If it's not real, it's temporary.
That's right.
Now tell me anybody who don't understand what I just said. Everybody in here knows what temporary means. Doesn't last. Okay, so what just happened was the universe just told us the truth. Because nobody here in their right mind would say that there's anything in this room that's permanent in its form and appearance. Not one single thing. So here's a book that has the nerve to tell me, really you shouldn't be calling anything real that can end. And really you shouldn't be calling anything real that's temporary. Because if it's real, you can't lose it. It never ends, and it's permanent. So love requires finally that you step through the door into reality, which is what is real, the kingdom, and declare, I am that one. Sent of the Creator. I was created before everything was. That's deep, man. I am created before all things. I am only love. So, we just heard part of the incantation that will bring complete love to you. We were just told what would bring complete love to us, and us seekers are not too turned on at all. You can tell there's some seekers in the house because the seekers don't really get excited about finding. It's boring to seekers because all of their juice comes from, I got to go out here and get it and find it. So I understand my resistance to the truth in a way I never understood it before. It's trying to give me the last thing I want. which is what I think I want. You tell me what you want, and you are telling me what you're pushing away from yourself every day. So if you want to know what people are pushing away from themselves, ask them what they want. You want to hear what people are making sure they don't give themselves, ask them what they want. And I know that that's the thing you don't think you have. So I know that before I even get to know you. That if I get in a relationship with a seeker, they're going to push me away because they get off on trying to get it from me. Make me act a certain way, make me please them. They get off on the seeking of it. They don't want to find it. That's why I gave the most attention to relationships where the person opposed me the most. When I look back on it, the people I gave the most attention to was the ones that looked like I was having the greatest amount of conflict with. And then I was complaining because I didn't know they were giving me exactly what I wanted, which was an opportunity to keep seeking without finding with them. And that's what two people who stay in conflict are always doing with each other. They're fulfilling each other's addiction to not having what they want. And they make sure each other don't get it. They're in partnership to keep each other seekers. So the prayer is, and this is really deep, it says, I am not my mind. You are not your mind. I am not my body. You are not your body. I can't help it. Every time I hear not your body, I think about a refreshment at a party. I want to hear, can I have some not your bodies? Okay. I want you to look at everybody's body that you can see in the room. Right now, scan everybody. You can legitimately check each other out and feel like you're being spiritual. Okay? None of these people are that. I am not this body, and I'm not my mind. I am not my personality. I'm not that either. You aren't your personality. Thank God for some of y'all not y'all personality. I know you glad you're not your personality. I'm talking about you, right? Yeah. You, the one in the raggedy robe. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
You're just supposed to be looking.
Why else would I develop psychic powers? Why else would I want X-ray vision? Okay. I can't believe the stuff I say to y'all. When I go home later, I can't believe the stuff I say to y'all. Okay. I know the people come to my classes like me. Because that freaks some people out. Can't you imagine?
Yeah.
They're like coasting along on the internet and they come across me.
God's golden shower blade.
God's golden shower. That's what I'm going to name this class. The God's golden shower. That's what I'm going to call it when I upload it. And see what happens. See if it goes viral. Let's do it. I can tell if it was affected by the torches out in front of my apartment building, when people holding torches. Then I kind of think, maybe I made a mistake. Okay. You are not your mind, you're not your body, you're not your personality. Yay! Yay! Then it says, I am not my history. You are not your history, you are not your past. You're not your past. You're not your past. You do not belong to the world. I don't belong to the world, and you don't belong to the world, and you are not your history, and you are not your body, and you're not your personality, and you're not your thinking. Do you want to know who you are?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause I'm totally lost.
Right, that's good. That's
I'm not a
good.
seeker. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
What do I do?
I know. What do you do?
what do I do?
I know. You become a conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah, you all of a sudden you let the part of you that really loves you take over. The part of you that wants you to find everything that would make you happy. That's what you do. You enlarge your capacity to receive.
Oh.
That's what you should be doing, preparing yourself for the harvest.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. See, you heard that, didn't you? You can tell when people hear you. Yeah, like I said, they react.
Harvest.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, seekers, now don't get depressed.
We're harvest.
I just want to stop a minute and have a word with the seekers. Okay? Don't get depressed at the idea of finding. You can still keep pushing away the things you want so you can seek it. Okay? So you can go out here tonight and still push away what you want. So that you can still feel like I've got to go out there and get it. I am that vibration. I'm a love note. You are a love note. And you are the Christ because you are the love note. And that's where you live. You live in the love note. You live in that vibration. You live in love. And you love equally. You love without reservation. If you hold back your love from me, I know you don't love me. Whenever somebody holds back their love from me, I know they don't love me. You can't hold back your love from someone you love. You don't have that much control. You're not that powerful. So everybody you wonder if you love, you don't love them yet. You're seeking them. They're still your seeking game. So just forgive them because you're setting it up where you can't have what you want through them so you can seek it because you're addicted to seeking. That's forgiveness. To realize somebody treating you the way you want them to.
Wow.
What am I going to be mad at you if you're giving me what I'm asking for?
That's right.
So I can only not forgive you because I'm seeing myself as a victim of you and disavowing my power. Woo! 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 When I get through with this prayer, we're going to get a chance to tear this up. Okay? We get through this last part of this paragraph. I can just feel you. Ready. Especially online. Yeah. You, the guy that's dancing around with the dress on. You're the one I'm talking about. You innocent too. And you got great fashion sense. Okay. I love without reservation. I love without possessiveness. I love without reservation. I love without possessiveness. I love without possessiveness. I love without possessiveness. And I love without reservation. Okay, so to love somebody without reservation is to love them without possessiveness. So you don't really love me completely until you totally don't want to possess me. And I love only to extend the presence of God. I love only to extend the presence of love that another might touch that place within them and be set free. So I want to extend the presence of love so that you can touch that place within you and be set free. I'm going to extend love to you so you can touch love in yourself so you can be set free. I love you so much, I have no desire to possess any of you. Okay, any thoughts? Sound like taps in here. Let's wake up, brothers and sisters. Let's wake up.
I'll start.
Would you start?
I'd like a clarification, and you kind of answered it because, okay, if I'm not seeking and I'm not pushing things away because I'm seeking any longer, then does that mean that I am seeing what shows up and just allowing what shows up to show up?
Yeah, you'll be allowing what shows up to show up because now you're a conduit for pure love. So you know that whatever is going to show up is going to be better than you could have ever imagined when you were seeking it.
Okay, so it's more about allowing it to show up.
Yeah, because you're not in the way. Remember what we were saying about we're like hoses with kinks in it,
Yeah.
that the water wants to come through, but it can't because there's a kink. And so the minute you unkink the hose, the water comes through. That's your good. We've been kinking the hose, you know. That's why I said, you know, last week we were kinking hose. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so last week, and through this amazing book, it's I desire, I intend, I allow, I surrender. So will you just please tell me, I'm not understanding desire correctly because I'm thinking that desire is some form of seeking.
Desire is what everything is made of. Everything that you're seeing, everything that exists comes out of desire. So desire isn't the same as seeking. When you wholly desire something, you're not seeking it, you're creating it. So to wholly desire is to create. There's nothing that you totally desire that wouldn't be instantly created for you. So, but seeking it is based on, I got to push it away because I think it's not something I'm ready to experience. Don't forget what we were just told you all, that, and I think that's a very important point that we might be tempted to miss. It's telling us it's not about what you think you want and how to get what you think you want. What you want to do is seek. That's what it just got through telling us. You think it's about what you're seeking. And it's trying to say, no, it doesn't matter what you're seeking. You get off on the seeking. Okay. That's your passion. That's what turns you on. And remember, we don't have to agree with this. It's obvious that we don't agree with this because we are experiencing the world that people experience who don't agree with this.
Yeah.
Everything, the economy, everything. See.
Right. And that's the world where people are seeking and thinking they're not finding. So we have to be thinking the opposite of what we're hearing to maintain the illusion that's making us unhappy.
Okay.
So we got a vested interest in not understanding a damn thing that's being seen. That's the only way we can keep the seeking going.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that? That's deep. You actually get a chance to see the conspiracy that you got going with yourself. The game, like you said, the game of seeking. Notice that was the term. Giving up the game of seeking.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like when it comes to this seeking game in the world, I feel like a child. I remember when I was a child and I'd get tired of playing the game and I'd put it down and go in the house. That's what I feel about the game of seeking in the world and seeking outside of myself and trying to make people act out my scripts and using guilt and upset and unhappiness to motivate me. It's like now it's like a game that I really am tired of playing now. I don't want to play that game anymore. But that doesn't mean because I went home that my friends didn't keep on playing the game a little bit longer. And I knew they'd come home when they got tired. And that's the way I feel about everybody in the world, so I don't sweat it. You'll come home when you get ready. You'll get tired of the game of seeking and not finding. So why should I interfere? Because if I interfere, it might take you longer to get tired of the game. So whenever somebody around me tell me anything they want, I'm the first one to try to say, hey, how can I help you have that? Because that's what I want. It's not, how can I keep you doing what I want you to do? It's how can I help you have what you say you want? That's the question I ask people when they say that, that there's something that they're seeking. How can I help you have what you want? Because that's what you want the whole universe to say to you. How can I help you have what you want? So you say to everybody exactly what you want said to you, and every time somebody talks to you, don't pay so much attention to what they're saying. Just answer them in terms of what you want to come to you. Yeah. Because what you want for them is what's coming for you. So it doesn't really matter what they're saying. You just make sure you answer them in terms of what you really want.
So I love the synchronicities of life, right? This particular lesson, as I had already shared with you, I had this, within the last 48 hours, this divine dialogue in my sleep, wherein I was challenged on my hatred of money. You know, and I was like, I don't hate money. You know, oh yes, no, you do hate money. you hate money. And I was like, why? How do you know I hate money? Because you keep talking about it. You keep talking about it as being the cause for what you have or don't have. So you hate money. So my question was, how will I know when I stop hating money? And the answer was when you stop talking about it. Right? And that's exactly what you just read us, right? Is that when we stop talking about, so, maybe I hate my beloved because all I can talk about is wanting my beloved, or, right? When I stop talking about it, then I know I no longer hate it, no longer resisting it, no longer seeking it.
God, I love it when you talk dirty. God, that was great. Did y'all hear what she just said?
Yeah.
See, that's so opposite to the way we've been programmed to think, though. You know what I'm saying? But it makes perfect sense to me, though. If I'm a seeker, I've got to keep judging you so I can focus on the stuff that keeps me from finding the love that I want to find with you. I've got to focus on what keeps me pushing you away. This is so. I don't care how anybody else gets this tonight. I still got an aha out of this one.
Exactly.
I feel a weight being lifted off of my shoulders, and so I'm gonna work my way around.
In the context of I'm not my body, my history, my personality, what does not belonging to the world mean?
It means that you don't have the values.
Okay.
It means that you don't see yourself as separate. It means that you don't believe that fear is real. Because the world is where fear is real.
And that would apply to the teachings of the world.
And that's what the teachings of the world are. The teachings of the world are to make you feel afraid and separate. Because that's the one message we get all day long. You're separate, you're different, you're separate, you're different, you're separate, you're different, you're separate. I'm separate from you, I'm different from you, I'm separate from you, I'm different from you. And since you're not me and I'm not you and you're separate from me, then we're in competition with each other for the resources and the people and the love. And what you get is something that I don't have. What I have is something that you don't have. And then I hope I can find one or two people that I can have a special relationship with till I die. And so when these books say, have y'all really thought about how you set this game up? Are you kind of tired of playing the game of seeking and not finding? And so I think that's the decision that we're being asked to make tonight. So that when we go out of the door and we say, okay, I got this next thing I'm getting ready to seek, remember that you're saying, oh, I got this next thing that I'm getting ready to push away.
Wow.
But if you go out and you look at it as if I'm going to go out into this world to recognize what I already have, I'm going out into the world to recognize the love I already have, I'm going out into the world to recognize the wealth I already have, I'm going out in the world to recognize the freedom I already have, then you're not seeking it. You're recognizing it. And that's two different things.
Being grateful for what you have.
That's right. Because if I'm grateful for what I have, then that is absolute witness to I found.
Right.
So the more you appreciate someone, you're not a seeker. A seeker isn't someone that's appreciating. A seeker is someone who doesn't appreciate anything.
I also I'm going out into the world to find out what I have, because it really sparks a curiosity too of ooh, you know.
I want to recognize the blessings I already have.
Yeah.
I want to recognize the love I already have. I want to recognize the friends I already have. Sometimes I have to forgive myself for not taking advantage of how many loving people I've known in my life. I've met some cool people in my life that I didn't fully recognize or appreciate. And I'm doing it right now with you. I'm still doing it. If I walk out of this room looking for anybody else that can make me happy, I'm a seeker. And you could just say that kind of rhymes with sucker. It's just a fancy way of saying, you just a seeker.
Oh, you seeker, you.
You just stop being a seeker. But just stop being a sucker.
Right.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. It's just a fancy way of sucker is it's funny. Seeker is a fancy way of saying sucker.
Sucker.
Yeah. So Indira is in total agreement with you. She says, seeking is a lot of work, and I find there is suffering in it. When I can stop seeking and allowing, I find there is a lightness and a peace. I've had enough of seeking because I find there is no peace in it.
Right. And you know, I think sometimes the resistance that I get to what was said is like it's asking me to give up something before I actually find it. So I feel like it's asking me to make a sacrifice. You know, I haven't really found this finding that it's talking about. But at the same time, it's telling me not to seek. So I kind of feel like I'm at this stalemate. Then what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Nothing.
So in transition, do nothing.
And do nothing means I'm going to find a place within myself where the activities of my ego cease to demand my attention. I'm going to find this place inside of myself. In the meantime, my work is going to be getting rid of all the blocks inside of me to the awareness of love. And showing up everywhere I go, being a representation of joy and love. So you got plenty to do. For you that feel like, oh, then what do I do? You increase your capacity to receive. You work on letting go of your anger, your guilt, your grievances, thinking that you're body, thinking that you are your mind, thinking that you are your personality, thinking that you are your history. You work on, what do? You work on letting go of all those ideas that keep you from recognizing what you really are. That's plenty to do. And it's
Study, apply, and practice.
you study, apply, and it's fun. I don't know why people act like this is drudgery. I don't get it. I don't get why people act like, oh my God, this is drudgery. It's like, this is the coolest stuff I ever heard in my life. Isn't it to you? Like, along this, what are you talking about? You don't hear this every day. This ain't like something you on the bus and then people start saying, yeah, that was fine, and it's the same as resting in knowledge. Don't act like, we shouldn't be acting like this is ordinary, the kind of gathering that we have and the relationships that we have, like, oh, it's just another class.
Yeah.
Y'all know that's not true.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by waking up and seeing the love that's already around me that I didn't take advantage of. This is me doing it again right now. Because I'm a seeker. And if I appreciated you right now, I wouldn't have the joy of seeking. So I got to pretend the happiness that I want isn't in this room. So I can keep on seeking. Because I'm a seeking addict. Let's continue now.
I'm also in the separation.
Anybody over there? Okay, my brother.
I'm also in the separation.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm
yes.
trying to make the separation idea that I come up with work for me. So that's why, even though, yeah, I may find somebody or this and that, I'll always have beliefs and judgments to keep me separate. Why? Because I'm trying to be separate. I'm trying to make it work. Because that's the idea I had, and that's what I've been doing all these years, and I've got a lot invested in separation, and so seeking is another way of saying, well, you know, you just want to be separate from everything. You don't want to join. You don't want to recognize the fact that you are one. You just want to be the separate, poor little self floating around in this form, trying to keep the game going and trying to find some way to say, aha, I made it work.
You see, I am seeking oneness with you. I want to be one with all of you so much. And that's why I'm pushing you away. So I can keep seeking my oneness with you. Please accept Earl Purdy, black man. Please. Accept Earl Purdy, black man. Can y'all do that? Accept him. Find him. Find him. Realize I'm already in you. Okay. I'm going to go to the next paragraph.
Can I say one little thing?
Sure.
I just wrote this and I want to know if it,
My God! That was intense! You make sure you get your calls, don't you, buddy? I'm telling you. I can't believe it came out of that little phone.
That was live.
That was like an orchestra. That was deep.
Later,
That was God trying to get our attention.
Well on.
Because the part about, well, what do I do? So I wrote a little summary and I want to know if it makes sense. In transition from seeking to finding, stop, do nothing, and simply keep studying, applying, and practicing the truth in me.
Would you please repeat that again? That sounds so good. Say it one more
In
time.
the transition from seeking to finding, stop, do nothing, and simply keep studying, applying, and practicing the truth in me.
Absolutely. That's perfect. That's exactly what you do. That's
And
exactly
I also
what you
liked what you had said of I'm recognizing the blessings that I already
do.
have.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because
Or
I
the
don't,
friends
I don't
or
go out.
whatever else, and I
I
think
ask
that's
God
the
to send me the date that's already waiting for me when I head to the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and I'll go into a club, and I've gone in clubs. I love to go out and hear music, and I'll sit there and I go, first I bless the crowd as soon as I walk in. And then I sit down and I go, Holy Spirit, you know, if it was female companionship that I wanted, I said, Holy Spirit, you know the perfect female companionship in this place for me right here, right now. And so therefore I know it's already here, so let me recognize it. And I have done that and opened my eyes and had a woman standing right in front of me who said, you know what, you just look like a really nice person. There's something about you that just drew me over here to you. And then I've done that prayer, and then I opened my eyes, and a bouncer was there. You look kind of suspicious. What? You know. I've opened my eyes, and nobody was there.
Yeah.
And nobody was there the entire night. And so I went home grateful that I picked up no one. Because it would have been wrong one. Because I had put Holy Spirit in charge of it. Nothing happened. There was no choices there that were the right choice for me in terms of finding. So I still go home okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all ready to hear another paragraph? Can y'all handle it? Okay. All right. Oh,
Ready.
yeah. I don't want to tell y'all this, but we got 30 minutes. Anybody glad of that? If I just see one or two people glad. Okay. And those of you who are not glad, would y'all pretend you're glad by raising your hand anyway? Okay, thank you. Those who are in total misery, would you still raise your hand and say you're glad to be here? Yeah, okay. Okay. So it says, love cannot possess. There's a part of me that hates that statement like a part of you said it hated money. I hate it when I hear love doesn't possess. Because there's a part of me that totally thinks it loves possessing. It's right up there with seeking. Because I never do really possess. Because I realized anybody letting me possess them, I found out a long time ago, was that it was a gift that they would take back at any time they wanted to. So I never really possessed them. It was a loan. They loaned themselves to me. Provided I kept my part of the agreement. Right? And then if I didn't, I'd have to forfeit them. I got evicted. I've been evicted. Have you ever been evicted? Yeah. Well, you call it somebody breaking up with you. That was your eviction.
Kicked out.
You got kicked out your own relationship. But I've met people who were even crueler than that. I've had people that wanted me to enter a relationship with them as long as I didn't bring myself into it. They wanted to join with their fantasies about me in uninterrupted bliss. But they weren't ready to bring who I am in the relationship. That was unacceptable. So I've had people that the relationships that I created where the person didn't want me in the relationship. They wanted their fantasy. That's really deep. And I refuse. I refuse to enter a relationship that I can't enter. No!
Makes no sense.
Right. Where there is a trace of conditionality, rest assured, the viciousness of fear is in the ascendancy. So, the more conditions you put on something, the more afraid of it you are. That's why you want to control it. Therefore, if you cannot surrender your pet, this is right here in the book. And this is too weird. It's too weird, Peter. I can't believe that, man. How deep. That's so deep. First time you ever hear about your parrot on a Tuesday night? It's a parrot in here, you all. And this paragraph is to bring up a pet. That's deep. Y'all know that's deep. So this is a message. You ready for this message, Peter? Your parents ready? Okay. And all of y'all with pets. This is a dangerous passage for Colorado. So this is one pet-loving city. I'm telling you. I even saw a lady walking a cat on a leash. Okay. Colorado's serious about their pets. Okay. If you cannot surrender your pet, this has more meaning than ever. Have you ever had someone in your life that you call your pet?
Yep.
It's deep. Okay. If you cannot surrender your pet, if you cannot surrender the object that sits upon your counter in your kitchen, if you can't surrender your microwave, if you cannot surrender your peanut butter sandwich, I don't know how bad I need to laugh. This last 7 days have been so stressful beyond your wildest imagination. So thank you so much. I need to laugh tonight. Sometimes you have those weeks where you make everything real. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It just seems so real. It's like double real.
Yeah.
Okay, I had one of them double real weeks. I almost forgot who I was before I came over here. I thought I was a guy trying to make it in the world again.
Yeah.
Dealing with forces that seem to be beyond my control. I forgot my spiritual identity.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I just kind of came right back into it right before I got here.
Wow.
Oh, this is, okay. If you cannot surrender a beloved into death, if you cannot surrender a beloved who changes their mind and decides to move to Antarctica, that's how far they want to get away from you. I'm not going to New York, I'm going to Antarctica. That's how far I want to get away from your butt. I'm on an iceberg. See, if you don't see the humor in the truth, you're a seeker. So, if you cannot surrender a beloved who changes their mind and decides to move to Antarctica with celebration, in other words, I'm glad you're going to Antarctica. You threatened to go, please go to Antarctica, please go.
Here's an ice cube.
You know, you ever broke up with somebody and you act like you were sad, but you really jumped up and down and did the jig when they left the house? That's the right way to break up. You should break up in laughter. If you got correct perception of separating in a relationship, you should be laughing.
That's right.
He says, rest assured there is yet a place within you that requires correction. So how do you know if you still need some healing? Because you can't surrender your pet, you can't surrender that object, you can't surrender beloved in death, and you can't surrender somebody who changes their mind and wants to do something different. If you still cannot celebrate those things, then you're still working on your spiritual awareness. Because anybody in their right mind would be happy for people who die. They're mourning us.
Yeah.
they're going, oh, we're out of the body. We're in our unlimited natural state again. Woo, I forgot what that was like. Oh my God, I don't even have to eat anything. I'm in total satisfaction. All I got to do is expand, extend, and create. Woo, there's no hate. I'm totally loved 100%. Everybody's safe and everything is safe around me. I can never get sick. I can never die. I can't suffer at all. And then they look back at us and go, let's have a memorial service. So all the people that's supposed to be dead are having a memorial service for us. Because we're still in the world. You heard me, didn't you? Because we're in the place that we're worried about what's going to happen every minute of every doggone day.
Yeah.
We're the ones that's scared of Zika. We're scared of everything. The most terrifying experience of my week is crossing Colfax Avenue. I'm the unlimited child of God. As I cross the street. Don't you see the humor? Did you see the humor? It's just God pretending God is not God. That's all we are. We're the fake God, like the fake news on the, we're the fake gods.
Yeah.
Yes, we're the fake gods. And I want you to worship me. I want you to see me as the most special thing in your life. I want you to exclude the love from any and everybody else and give all your love and your attention to me. And in return, I give you some of the most dysfunctional love you've ever experienced.
All right. Deal.
How's that for a bargain? Yeah, I got issues up and down. But I want you to sacrifice the love of everybody else on earth for me. And push me away so that you can have me. I'm going to push you away so that I can have you. So we can play the game of sweet seeking. So let's not get along, okay? Now, part of the plan is we got to forget that we made the decision to treat each other this way, to pull this off. So I'm going to act like it's your fault, and I want you to act like it's my fault. So we can keep the game of seeking going. Because I need my fix. Let me call my mama. I don't never like talking to her. Get that fix. Because I know I'm not going to have a good time talking to my mama. You know what I'm talking about? So I get a chance to seek without finding.
Seek mama's love.
Right. I'm seeking mama's love, but I'm really enjoying the seeking because I'm a seeker. Something like a religion or something, like a religious sect. Like this, the seekers. The doors of the seeking church are open. I'd rather make sure you never get anything you want. Just come to my church and I'll tell you all your happiness is outside yourself. And you're going to get it after you die, by the way.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're good.
If you're good. Now, but most of y'all, quite frankly, you're going to hell. That's where you're going. I can tell that right now, just looking at you, there's a bunch of y'all on the way. And then I bought into that. There was a part of me that actually bought into that. And still got residue of that in my belief system even until today. That's why I can't stand the word sin. No! You hear that word? How many of y'all hear that word to kind of make your skin crawl? Anybody raise your hand? If you just hear the word sin, you don't like it. It's because you believe in it. And that was a hard realization for me to make when the course in the way of master said, what you revolt against, you believe. What you revolt against is what you believe. So if you're revolting against the idea of sin and guilt, just because you believe you're sinful and guilty, or it would not affect your peace. So that's why you can't stand to hear it. You don't want to hear the word God, because you're afraid God gonna get you. That you're on the lamb. You hoping God can't find you, so you hear it in the body. That your body is your getaway car. You want to get away from me. You can't get away from me, so you got to make up a body. Why? Because with the body, you have some way you can separate from me. See, all go your separate ways when we leave. That's what the body is for. So that you can go your separate way.
Yeah.
It's so simple and obvious. Why are we separate? Because we want to be. Well, how can we convince each other we're separate? Let's have different bodies. And why don't we really seal the deal by naming them? And voila, here we are. Separate parts of ourselves, desperately seeking each other, pushing each other away so that we can have the thrill of seeking. Then we finally find somebody, still want to seek, so we got to keep pushing the happiness that we can have with each other off constantly. I ask to recognize what I already have received. I ask to recognize what I have already received. I ask to recognize what I have already received. I ask to recognize what I have already received. So you say that to yourself to feel that little uncomfortable gap that comes up when you think you don't know what to do now, since you're being told seeking isn't where it's at. So we got to fill that void up with something. And you fill it up with, let me be willing to recognize, may I be able to recognize, may I be able to recognize, may I be able to recognize that brand new car I've already received. May I be able to recognize the peace I've already received. Then it becomes, oh, let me get out of the way so that it can show up and I can really have it. What do I need to remove out of my mind that keeps me from seeing it and having it? And that's the work.
What kind of trips me out is that how much I've sought God and like have sought this work, you know, like a genuine seeking, and there I am just keeping my arm away and being like, yeah.
And we call it, I don't understand what you just said.
Yeah.
We call that, I don't agree.
I don't want to, or I don't want to practice.
Or I don't want to practice. Or I don't agree. Or, you know, those are all the ways that can be used to continue to be a seeker. See, that was my aha out of the night. Spirit keeps saying, man, it isn't about what you're seeking. We're not talking about anything you are seeking. That's irrelevant. What I'm saying is you are addicted to seeking and not finding. You enjoy it. It's a drug. It turns you on. So what do? Let me be able to recognize what I've already received. Do what you just said earlier. From your, what was that you said? Tell us one more time.
In transition from seeking to finding, stop, do nothing, and simply keep studying, applying, and practicing the truth in me.
And I would just add to that all you have to do is be grateful.
And being grateful is the statement of the finder.
That's right.
So the statement of the finder is, I'm grateful for you all. I'm grateful to have you in this class. I'm grateful that you joined me tonight. I'm grateful that I have this place to teach at. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Being grateful is part of studying, applying, and practicing the truth. So it kind of encompasses all of that, right?
Right, because that means you really want to keep finding. So, correction requires willingness, intention. Go back. It says if you can't surrender your pet, an object, a beloved, if you can't surrender people who change their minds, then you need correction. How do I correct? It requires me to have willingness and intention. I have to have the intention to do it and be willing to do it. Do you know you have to have the intention, Earl, to do it and the willingness? Do you have the intention? Do you have the willingness? Do you have the intention? Do you have the willingness? Intention requires your desire. Intention requires your desire. I have to desire to intend. I have to desire to be willing. Intention requires your desire that you dissolve even more deeply into the love which is God. So what is my intention? My intention is to dissolve even more deeply into the love. My intention is to dissolve and merge more deeply with the happiness. My intention is to dissolve even more into freedom. I want to dissolve into freedom. I'm willing and I intend to dissolve into God. I intend to dissolve into love. I intend to dissolve into abundance. I intend to dissolve into happiness. So when it says intention, it's telling us what to intend. It doesn't even leave that up to us. What should you be intending? Intend to dissolve into love. Intend to become totally, completely free. Completely, totally happy, fulfilled, and satisfied. And peaceful, and into that love of your Creator. That is my intention. And that is what I want for you. Because let's acknowledge us. Whoa! Was that deep or what?
Yeah.
That was intense. Okay, I'm gonna do a recap. I'm gonna do a recap, and right at the end, and hit some of the main things that we want to take out of here to remember. And we're gonna do the financial expression of appreciation now. Thank you for sharing. I love teaching. This is what I do in the world full time. This is how I serve. So thank you for seeing value in it and sharing financially. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I want to recognize the abundance that I already have. I want to recognize God's support that I already have. I want to recognize I am sustained by the love of God. We want to recognize that we are sustained by the love of God. Those of you online, you can go to www.earlpurdy.com if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation. Thank you. And I'm available for mentoring, coaching, counseling, and I also use my knowledge of astrology and numerology, which is also off the chain, seen correctly from people who do it from a spiritual perspective. So those of you who want to let go of blocks and finally not be a seeker and a finder, let's work together one-on-one. Go to my website and it explains all of my services and what I'm on the planet to offer, and get in touch with me. It's time to find. Mm-hmm. It's time to find. Mm-hmm. Thank you, brother.
Yep. It's time to go within.
Those of you who don't mind saying this, repeat after me. And then at the end, we're gonna have Sister Paris also sing a song for us tonight. Say, I am that one sent of the Creator. I am that one sent of the Creator, created before all things.
Created before all things.
I am only love.
I am only love.
I am not my mind.
I am not my mind.
I am not my body.
I am not my body.
I am not my personality.
I am not my personality.
I am not my history.
I am not my history.
I do not belong to the world.
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 I am that vibration,
I am that vibration,
that note of love.
that note of love.
I am the Christ.
I am the Christ.
That means I am the love.
I am the love.
And as such do I abide.
And as such do I abide.
I love equally.
I love equally.
see some noses growing. I love equally.
I love equally.
I love without reservation.
I love without reservation.
I love without possessiveness.
I
Love without possessiveness. I love only to extend the presence of God. I love only to extend the presence of God. I love only to extend the presence of love. I don't know. That's what I heard. Did y'all hear that? Just let's try it. Let's say it again. That's what I said. I love only to extend the presence of love.
I love only to extend the presence of love.
That another might touch.
That another might touch.
That place within them.
That place within them.
And be set free.
And be set free.
Wow.
Sister Paris, you come forward. Let's acknowledge ourselves. Looks like you're finding. Looks like you're doing some finding.
En route.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, good Lord, I needed that truth.
Was it good? Did y'all have a good golden shower of God?
So here's a little tune that I wrote, and it's still in motion, but it just really wanted to be shared. It was sort of like pressing on the inside of my skin, and I was like, okay. So here I am, even though I feel kind of nervous, but it feels kind of cool. We'll just go with it. Which wolf do you feel? A wolf of fear, or a wolf of inner peace? Either way, you shall succeed. Rest, child, rest upon my chest. Give your sorrows to me. I wanna fly like a magpie. I am sand and sky. That you are the earth tide. We are a freedom song. I wanna ride the pulse of our heartbeat. You are unique, and I am on time. We are the aspen tree, so rooted and strong. I choose to feed the wolf of peace, and actually it's this wolf that feeds me. It is so simple and not always easy. Rest, child, rest upon my chest. Give tomorrow to me. I wanna fly like a magpie. I am sand and sky. You are the earth tide. We are a freedom song. I wanna ride the pulse of our heartbeat. You are unique, and I am on time. We are the aspen tree, so rooted and strong.
all found. I believe we did some finding, didn't we? We did some incredible. Whoa, take a breath. Feel each other before we forget each other. Take a moment to appreciate each other. Let's tune into the gratitude that we have for each other. Will you continue to be a seeker? Will you continue to be addicted to the seeking? Or are you ready to be? Are you ready to be lovely, lovely? You are the center of my universe. This is our sister Teresa Griffith. Feel her voice and her energy. Are you ready to be empty so that everything you've ever desired in your heart can come through you? Everything you've ever desired in your heart. Are you ready to be a finder? Don't push it away. Stop pushing it away. Don't push it away. You are what you are looking for. You all are so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mighty companions, may the course be with you. Let's give it up for us and for you. Awesome. Close out available. Next, I'm doing the Course of Love, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Thursday night, online. It's called the Course of Love. I'm live streaming. I love you. It's a lot of good people in here. We can have some gratitude for tonight before we go.